Good morning, good morning. Hello, I am Brenda Hauser here, and I'm from The Connection. I hope all of you know what The Connection is. If you don't, please acquaint yourself with it. It's our fitness center. We have lots of classes live, as well as the morning 9 a.m. spot, and I would love to see some faces down here. Let's get started this morning, and I don't want anyone to feel excluded. So if I'm doing these things standing, you can do modifications in your chair. I'm going to turn my music down a little bit for y'all. That little southern part of me comes out. There we go. It's more for me than for you. Let's walk in place to warm up a little bit. Now, very importantly, please make sure you have the back of your sofa, the back of a chair, you're in your kitchen, maybe you have a little TV on your kitchen counter, a bathroom counter while you're brushing your teeth. Excellent way, I'm not saying right now with the bathroom counter, but just make sure you have a stable piece of equipment that you can grab onto. If you are seated, march in place from your chair. Always modify. The higher you bring any extremity up, the more you are working and engaging that heart muscle, that beautiful, most important muscle that we have. So you can be in your chair, and if you really want to get more exercise, here we go. Now I'm going to stand back up. Stay in your chair if you need it. This is primarily a balance class. We'll do a little strengthening because strength is part of balance, but it's also balance. So if there are things that we're doing standing up that's too much, just modify from your chair. Now, as you notice, I'm warming up using my hands as well as legs, and I've got my knees up at a pretty good. But this is a balance class. Perhaps you have a balance issue, or you don't yet and you want to prevent it. That's what we want. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I said something about my yard work. I love my yard, love getting out there and pruning and weeding and feeding. And they said, why don't you pay to have it done? And I said, because I feel like I'm blessed to be able to do it. And as long as you can do something, walk, get out and socialize, I think the older I got, I've realized that I want to push myself and do it, because there may come a time that I can't. So this is preventative for falls. As we age, the statistics are not good for falls, and it's because a lot of us are very sedentary, and our muscles weaken, and then when we have to move, guess what? We don't have any leg strength in particular, and you need good core strength as well. So now slow your pace down if you need it. I always push us up here, and you can be down here. You can be doing this, which is totally fine. Hold that chair, that sofa, that counter. I had one friend who felt like he wanted to teach at level 1, and then people would say felt like they needed a little more. So I try to push up here, but you slow your roll, as I say. Slow your roll when you need it. Okay, you're here. Take the arms out if it's too much. You may be in your chair. Point is, we're up. Some of us are dressed, some of us, if I was home, truthfully, I may be in my jammies. But the point is, you got it on and you're watching. And if you do a third of the exercises, there we go. We're just warming up. And you should be warmed up. Slow and steady, depending on your level. Hold the chair if you need it. Always have, always. I taught silver sneakers before COVID for 15 years. And the one thing, you have to take a lot of continuing ed. They would preach, my organization water, my certification rather, water, and a solid surface when you're exercising that you can get to. Okay, let's take this down just a little bit. Did you notice me kind of wobble? You got that chair. Now on the chair, please try not to put a death grip. I'm working with someone now outside of our facility, and he's on a walker, and his arms are killing him because instead of using lower legs, he's using this. And then he's tightening these arms. We want to use our strong legs. Okay, let's do 4 and 3. This is getting me. I mean, this is good for us. 2 and 1. Nice deep breath through the nose. God gave us little filters. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. 1 more. That helps bring that blood pressure, heart rate down a little bit. Inhale. And exhale. I went to see someone in another facility yesterday, and let's inhale. The guy was not getting out of bed for any kind of physical therapy. He was refusing it, and he was so weak. We need to stay as active as we can. Inhale, nose. Reach, 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 exhale. Very good. I'm going to start with some easy, and then we'll progress a little bit to more difficult. I can't express how important balance and strength are at our age. We're in this together. I'm right here with you. I identify. Let's do it. First of all, we're going to do heel raises. Up. You've got that couch. You've got that firm chair. You've got that counter. Up and hold it. Tippy toe. Working those beautiful calf muscles, strengthening those muscles. Now, if you notice me with the chair, tap when I need it. You're very aware of your safety net here. You can hold it the entire time if your heels are up and down. When you're holding it, if you need to hold that chair at this point, and you will build endurance as you do these more often. Hold the chair. Just try not to do with that friend of mine, that gentleman, squeezing that walker. You don't want to really be working. It's just there for balance. Tippy toe, hold it, and down. Tippy toe, look, I'm grabbing my chair. Remember, we're in this together, and down. And tippy toe, and down. Let's do a few more of these. Remember, I call it my death grip. You don't want to be holding yourself up with your arms. It's just there to catch us, and down. Same thing as you're going, let's do a few more of these. Really working those calf muscles. You may feel them burn, which means they're being used. Up we come, about 5 seconds, and down, and up, 5 seconds, and down. Let's do 2 more, and down, and 1 more. Hold it up. Here we go, look, see? And down. Good job. Okay, now we are going to do toe raises to offset what we did here. We want to stretch these out a little bit so they don't tighten up on us. Up we go, stand to the side. Up we go with the toes, and down. Stand up nice and tall for me, and down. Up we go, and down. I'm going to take my feet hip distance apart. Up we go with the toes, hold them. And down. Nice shoulders back, posture's so important. When we have our shoulders back. Lengthening is strengthening. You are working the abdominal muscles, which run up and down. And so shoulders back. One more time with these. And there we go. Now, I'm going to get a drink of water. That's one thing that I really pray, literally, that everybody here drinks water. There are different formulas. A lot of people say half your body weight in ounces. If you weigh 100 pounds, 50 ounces. I've read so many studies, but please try to do this before you are thirsty. If you're thirsty, you are already dehydrated. And many of our medications make us dehydrated already. Okay, good job. So not just for me, but it's always good to grab that water bottle in the morning. And usually I don't do a lot of plastic, but sometimes I grab them just for the convenience. So I'm being a bad girl today in my mind. Okay, let's stand up. You've got if you're seated, now like I said, you'll be seated, and some of these you cannot do the way we do, but please modify. Feet are together, touching. Shoulders are back, ears over the shoulders, nice posture. Remember, as we age, and I'm not saying over the age of 70, 80, I'm saying 40, 50, we start slumping. And that pulls on that lumbar, that lower area of the back, and then a lot of people have lower back issues. My mother had 3 daughters. She was big on posture. Back we go. Feet are together. Got your solid surface. Close your eyes. Just this alone. Close your eyes. Keep them closed. And open your eyes. Good job. Now, let's take your arms out. Close your eyes. Grab that counter or that chair. It's always safety, safety, safety. And open your eyes. Good job. Now I want you to turn to the right and back. To the right and back. If this is too much, you can be here. But if you really want to increase your ability to get better balance, try to bring your feet in closer, closer. This is the hardest position. So you could be here, and maybe this is as daring as you want to be. Nice, and there we go. I'm going to put my feet together. Because remember, sometimes we're standing in line, say we're in the buffet out here, and somebody said, Mary, could you pass me a napkin? And you have to get a napkin from that and reach it back. When we turn, that causes visual differences in our ear. There's a lot of things that play into balance. Let's do 4. Hold your tummy in. And 3. If you need to, hold your chair. 2. And 1. Okay, good job. Other side. Always make sure you can get something solid if you need it. And you know, I was talking earlier about that, I call it my death grip on anything. Have you ever walked up someone's stair, like you go to visit your daughter, your son, your friend, and you're walking up a flight of stairs, and boy, do I grab that banister for all it's worth sometimes, and then I think, no, 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 no. Grab it very lightly. I just slide the banister so I know I have the banister. So if I fall, if I twist my ankle, because I have very bad ankles, I can just grab it. But when you're using steps, if you can, just kind of slide your hand down the banister. So you've got the banister if you need it, but you're not relying on your hands to pull you up. We want to have strength in those legs and work them and use them. There we go. Okay, down we go. After that, let's do a couple shoulder shrugs to kind of stretch out this trapezius area. Up we come, mine tightened up when we did that, and down. Way down, away from the ears. A little shoulder shrug up and down. Shoulder shrug up and down. And one more time, up and down. Now one more, just because I'm really tight in this area and perhaps this tightened you up as well. Chin down to the chest. Put your shoulders are down, down, down away from your ears. I'm going to turn this music down a little bit more. It's really for me. I like my beats. There we go. And bring that chin up. Okay, good job. Now we're going to go a tandem stance. Shoulders are back. Belly button back to spine. And take a step up. Lift that back heel. You've got your safety net right here. And then walk back 2 steps. And back. Very tall posture, belly button. The core is very important. And not to be sedentary. Even if you have a goal every day, I'm going to walk to the end of my hall and back. That's a great goal. Mentally, it makes us get out. It might not seem much to someone, but a lot of people just getting dressed, making ourselves get dressed, and walk to the end of that corridor and back. And then you go, I did that. Let's continue with these. Tandem. 2 steps up, toe tap, heel toe back, heel toe back. Very lightly on the chair if you need it. Okay, now I'm going to come up to the chair, bend my right leg ever so slightly, and I'm going to take a semicircle. Now, if you're sitting in the chair on this one, just to involve your hip flexors, just step out and back, out and back. You're still getting exercise, okay? So we are doing an arch, and here you saw me, I just took a big grip on this. Nice and easy, and nice and easy. Nice and easy, and nice and easy. These are much harder than they look, unless you're doing them, right? And if you need to hold the chair again, remember, these muscles should not be all tightened up. Shoulders are back. There we go. Let's go, a few more of these. Let's do 5, big arch, and 4, tall core, and 3, 2, grab that chair when you need it, and 1, and good job. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to move my chair just an iota. Still right here. Light touch on the chair to get me stabilized. Straight posture, ears over the shoulders, over the hip, waist and hips. Nice and tall, not like this, because look where my center of gravity is. I'm more apt to do this. So, light touch on the chair, make sure you've got your safety net, and a little arch. Look at this. This was easy 5 years ago, wasn't it? But we are working on it. Broke my heart to see my friend yesterday refused to get out of the bed, literally refuses. He's so weak, and you get weaker the more you become sedentary. I know for a fact. I was very sick at one point myself. So I'm not throwing anybody under the bus for it. I'm just saying I know personally, if you don't move, it's that saying, move it or lose it. Use it and you keep it. There we go. 4, light touch on this chair. 3, you're amazing. 2, are you feeling it on that stable hip, and let's do one, back we go, and there. Whew. Okay, now let's take nice and tall, feet are together, and I want you to just reach out and back. Reach out, got the chair. This may seem very easy to you, maybe not for the next person. For those of you that it is difficult, a wider stance, you have a bigger center of gravity right here. So name your poison. You can be here. Even more, do a tandem stance. I'm going to tandem heel to toe, and I'm going to reach up and down slowly. Now with these, try not to sling it up because that's going to throw you off. Reach slowly and slowly down. Slowly up and slowly down. Now remember, you can be in this stance with your feet, this stance. This is the most difficult. Let's do 5 more. 5, keep tapping. And 4. And 3, good job, good job. Come on, we're almost there. 2, we've got this. And 1, and then the side. 12. Very slowly, slow it down, make it more difficult. 11, 10, 9, 8, you can be here. 7, you can be here with your feet. 6, 5, tandem is the most difficult. 4, good job, come on, stay with me. 3, but take a break if you need it. Does that make sense? Those that are able to stay with me, and if you need a break, wow, is that cool? You're still with us. 1, good job, okay. Now let's take our feet. You can have them hips distance apart, and you can have them here together, or once again, you can have them tandem. Shoulders are back. Remember, when we start hunching, that lower back pays the piper eventually. So nice tall belly button back, nice stable core. You've got this. And let's close our eyes. Tap that chair, tap that counter if you need it. Make sure you grab something stable. Hold it there, close your eyes. Light tap on the chair if you need it, or the counter, light tap. And very good job. Okay. Now I'm going to take my left foot forward, my right foot back, and bend forward ever so slightly, like you're picking something up, but you have something to stabilize you. Right foot goes back, just like and bend that front knee. You're picking up that robe that dropped. Take that right leg back. I'm going to turn to the side. There we go. Pick it up and bring it in. Pick it up and bring it in. Pick it up and bring it in. Let's do a couple more. Hold on to the chair, the counter if you need it. This is a function that we need to do for maintaining our independence. Let's do the other side. Okay, now I have to think. Oh, here we go. And you can tell the difference in hip. Some people have a stronger hip on one side. For me to get down, I feel it in this hip a little more. Go as lightly as you can on that chair, on that counter, and just go down as far as you can safely. If you have a walker that you use, maybe that's in front of your chair and you're doing some of these from the chair. Hold on to a locked walker, a chair. There we go. Very lightly. There we go. Good job. Now I want you to stand. Nice deep breath. This also calms us down. If any of you have taken yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, they practice calming yourself. If you're out in a situation and it's too hurried and you're a little anxious, which definitely happens, I know, deep breath. Kind of calms us down a little. If you're sitting, you can do this one with us. If you're standing, I want you to pick a green tile on the floor or something. Don't just kind of sling it over. Find a spot and you want to lift like you're stepping over. I'm stepping over this crack. Step slowly. I'm transferring. Back. Step. There. Step and back. Shoulders back. Remember, if we start doing, as we all do, that's just nature. Everything comes forward and down. We have to fight it. Step over that pillow that fell. I was walking one day and my granddaughter stopped right in front of me. I'm talking to a friend and here she is right here. And if I wasn't, this was about 5 years ago, as agile as I feel I am, I couldn't have stepped over her. I mean, I literally had to be, so pretend this is one of your grandchildren. You know, you wouldn't want to step on the little thing. They're so darn cute. Up we go. This is a very slow movement. Now I could do this all day and barely raise my leg, right? But what I want us to practice together, we're in this together, is I want to lift slowly and come back. You've got your countertop, your walker, whatever's right here. I saw the coolest walker yesterday. One of those, the tall ones that make you stand upright and you have the armrest. I was laughing to my husband. I said, you know, we're getting old when we get excited about walkers and rollators. But it is so cool and so practical. Up we go. Very slowly. We're going to do a few more of these. Let's do 2 more. And I cheated on the way back. Up we go. Let's do 1 more. Okay. I'm going to go to the other side of my chair, so you may have to turn your kitchen chair around, or I don't know how you've got your setup at home, but up we go. And big step. Remember, you're finding an area, you want to go about the same distance. Very tall, nice posture. There we go. And very slowly, that's the key on this one, because you want to be, when you are walking, you are really balancing the entire time. Think about it. When we're walking, we have 1 foot on the ground for I don't know how many seconds. Depends on how fast we're walking. But this is a strengthening exercise as well as a balance exercise. Let's do 2 more of these. And 1 more. And there we go. Pretty good. Okay. Nice and easy one. You can do this one in your chair. Once again, if you're in your chair, kind of sadly you can't join us yet for the balance part, but you're moving your body, and that is so important. I'm kind of the preacher to my friends. I've got one of my very best friends who is way too young to be sedentary. She's 80, and all she does is go to lunch. I mean, she loves her lunches, and that's fine, but I've begged her to walk to the corner and back with me, and she's afraid she'll fall. I said, well, let's get a walker, and I'll walk with you. Hold that right foot up. Point is, please don't give up. Okay, hold that right foot up. Doesn't have to be far. Shoulders back. This part is important. I've got my chair, and I'm with you. I mean, I identify. So I've got my chair. There we go. Hold it and down. Breath. Okay, hold that leg up again. You may start feeling it on the supporting leg, especially if you've had hip surgery, or more importantly, if you need hip surgery. I've had a hip replacement, and it's like a miracle what they do. Minimal pain with hip, at least my house, my husband and myself. Hold that leg up. Eyes are forward. Hold it. And down we go. Now, bend that right knee ever so slightly. Take that left foot up. You can have it way up here, you can have it down here. The point is you're on one foot. And we've got that very important locked walker or chair or couch or counter, something stable. Always safety. There we go. Hold it, and down. Again, shoulders are back. Look at the difference in posture here. You say, hey Mary, how are you doing? Or, hey Mary, how you doing? Right? So whatever motivates you, for women, for a lot of women, it's, oh my gosh, I look 5 pounds thinner with the shoulders back. If that's your motivation, if your motivation is balance, which is where it should be, strength, which is where it should be, let that be your motivation. Whatever your motivation is, find something and let that motivate you. Shoulders are back. Lift that left leg. You see me keep grabbing, not a death grip. Okay, hold it. And down. This one gets tough, especially if we don't quite have that strength yet. And I say yet, as we age, over the age of 65, we can lose 8 to 10% of our muscle every decade. 10%, up to 10% a decade. Now think about that. Some people lose weight and they think, oh, good, I always wanted to get rid of this or whatever. Sometimes you're not losing this or this, you're losing muscle weight. Muscle weighs more than fat. So to maintain that, let's walk a little bit slowly while I'm talking about this, because to me this is very important. To maintain muscle, the number one thing you need, well, you need activity, but you need protein. I can't impress enough upon you. I go and get big tubs. It's called, my brand, Premier Protein Powder. I put it in a blender with that almost rotted banana that I can't throw out. And I put a little milk, a little juice, you could use water, any fluid, your protein powder, your overly ripened banana and strawberries that you've frozen because you don't want to waste or throw away. I recycle everything. So when my fruit starts getting a little overly ripe, it goes right in the freezer. In the morning, protein powder. And I get 20 grams of protein right there. You need about 60 grams of protein. Right there, you've got protein powder out the yin yang with that scoop. So just protein. Eggs, beans, nuts, you know the gig. Very slowly on these. And try to move the opposite hand. Now look how controlled and how slowly I'm doing this. If you need the chair, you know the drill. Grab that chair, grab that walker, grab that counter. I hope you all are having a good day so far. Every day we get up, we're blessed, aren't we? I don't know if you can hear my music. It always kind of motivates me, and I like the beats, and I'm a music person. There we go. 4. My name's Brenda, if you didn't catch it at the beginning. I'm on call here. I've been here 6 years, but you won't see me that much. They call me when they need me, which is perfect, because I live right here in Montgomery. Okay, that's good. I'm going to reach down and get my water. As I was preaching before about water, let's take a 2-second water break. So important to drink water before you get dehydrated. I don't know if you've ever been out, hot day, you drink, somebody gives you a big thing of ice cold ice water, immediately you're more alert. You're just like, wow, that perked me up. Keep that in mind. Once again, whatever motivates you to drink it. Also, to drink more water, I've discovered Crystal Light. And I don't know if it's the best option to do it, but I make Crystal Light lemonade. And yeah, I drink a lot more. I drink a lot more water when I do Crystal Light, which I make a ½ gallon at home, and then I just always have it. So whatever gets you to drink that water. Okay, you don't have to have a piece of equipment. You can do this, and you can do this in your chair. Once again, a lot of this, you wouldn't be working on balance with this, but you're moving your body. I want you to take your arms out and just transfer. Now, if you've got a bad shoulder like I do, you may have to be down here, and that's fine. You're still moving your body from that chair, and I'm so proud of you and so happy. It always makes me so happy to see the fitness of people here. There we go. Hands of my baby. Do you remember that song? That's what's playing in the background. Now, to make this more difficult for those of us that are standing, feet together by your countertop. I'm just going to do a couple more of these because I really am feeling this on my shoulder. Yeah, okay, that'll be good on that one. But that's one to practice if you want to practice in between. Also, the more advanced would be heel to toe with your countertop and transfer. Okay, yeah, so, and you don't have to even have, I call all equipment toys. I passed a man the other day and he had the coolest little 2-seater convertible, and I said, nice toy. Very good. Okay, we've got our chair again, our countertop. Just a step forward and back. Step, big knee. I'm gonna turn. I don't need the chair on this one, I know. And lift, but make sure you have that counter, please. And big step. Nice and controlled, and back. It's kind of like you're stepping over. I'll turn back again. Like I'm gonna step over this line. I don't know if you can see it. Up and back. Remember, when we're walking, we're on that one leg. There we go. And I wanted to mention, this is off subject, but kind of on subject. There's a church over in Ross Moines, right across from Deer Park High School, which is 10 minutes from here, maybe 15 max, Deer Park High School. Keep this in mind. St. Savior, with an S, not X, grade school. They have a church office there, and you call and say, I need a walker, I need a crutch, I need, and the secretary, no charge, you do not have to be a parishioner. Nice step forward, my weight's here, pivot back. You just call St. Savior with an S, S-A-V-I-O-U-R, and say, I'm looking for a walker for my friend. Okay, other leg, by your chair, slowly step up and back. And tell them you need a piece of equipment, a wheelchair, and then people also, conversely, they donate there. So she will go down and say, hey, we've got a couple, you want to come over and look at them. Such a nice service, and you don't have to be a parishioner, you don't have to be Catholic, you don't have to live in the neighborhood. They just do it as a service for the community. So keep that in mind, because I've had to use that service recently. Not for myself, but for a loved one. Okay, nice and slowly. And back we go. Let's do 2 more of these. Nice and slow, and lift that foot. Always make sure you have something to grab onto. There you go. Nice deep breath through the nose. And one more time. And good job. Okay, we're going to do a few squats because our quadriceps are what get us around. Your hip flexors, your quadriceps, and if they start deteriorating, we're in trouble. So I want you to bend your knees. Now if you've got a walker in front of you, put it on lock. If you've got a counter, because remember, we do have to pick up things. We want to maintain, like that friend saying, why do you continue to do your yard? And I'm like, it's not as good as it used to be. I can't put in all my annuals that I used to do. But as long as you can do something, I'm sure many of you are like me, you want to do it. Down, hold it here, and squeeze the tush, the derriere, the glutes. Go down and up. Working these, you'll see a lot of gym rats, and they'll even hold weights to add resistance. If you got a medicine ball, 2 cans of corn, peas, whatever floats your boat, as my girlfriend used to say. These are really good for the glutes and for the quadriceps. Squeeze it. Squeeze the behind. Down we go. Down we go. Straight back, shoulders up. Remember, you want your shoulders slightly forward, but not too much, so your center of gravity is still kind of on your back side, so you're, there we go. Now, hands above the quads, or above the knees, and pulse. Just pulse here. You might feel it in your quadriceps, depending on where your strength is, or your weakness, rather. I kind of feel it in my glutes doing this, my backside. 4 and 3, we've got this, come on, stay with me. 2, come on, we got it, we got it, we got it, and 1, and hold it here for 4 and 3. Come on, come on, come on. 2 and 1, and squeeze it up. Through the nose, and exhale. I'm going to go to the chair. Let's do a few leg lifts before we cool it down. I've had fun this morning with you, and I hope you've enjoyed your class. I know I'm getting a good workout when I start rolling up my sleeves. Once again, good posture, lengthening is strengthening. Good posture. Take that right leg up. Now it can be 5 inches off the floor. You can have it up here. If you need help with this, lightly hold it under that leg, lightly, because you don't want, once again, glute muscle. You don't want these arms to be worked. They're just kind of guiding up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down. Let's do 8, 7, slow it down. I see people doing this, and you're using momentum. 6, make that muscle work. 5, you've got it. 4, we've got this. 3, help it lightly if you need. 2, or touch down in between. And 1, good job. Conversely, if you're standing up, I was helping our chair people out by making them feel inclusive or included. Light touch on the chair, lift. The point on this is not this. I see so many people, and have for years. Slowly up and slowly down. Your supporting knee, your right knee, if you're on the same leg as me, a little bend in it. Let's go 8. And if you didn't catch the name of that church earlier, if you might have a friend who needs to buy a rollator, but they don't want to spend $100 or whatever, call St. Savior. It's S-A-V-I-O-U-R, right across from Deer Park High School. Let's do 8. Slowly, look how slow. 7 and 6, we've almost got it. Come on. 5. I hope this hasn't been too much torture. 4. 3, you should be awake by now. 2, it certainly wakes me up when I move my body. And 1, good job. Okay, I'm gonna go in the chair so our chair people feel included again. We're gonna bring our heart rate and our pulse down a little bit. Shoulders are back. Deep breath through the nose. Remember, that's calming in a crowd when you get upset on the phone. Inhale. Good job. Take that right foot out, point your toe down toward the floor. You're stretching out the front of that leg. We've really used our legs today, and I'm so happy that you turned this show on, and hopefully, I do that at home. I'm guilty. I'll turn on something good, and I watch some of it, and then I think, get up and do this, Brenda. So if you did a quarter of it, you're moving your body, which is good. Now, heel in the floor again, bring that toe up to the ceiling, and I always have tight calves. I walk quite a bit. For some reason, my calves tighten up. Hold that stretch. A good stretch lasts a minimum of 12 to 15 seconds. So many of us, including myself, when I was younger, I used to walk out of the stretching part. Bad. Lactic acid builds up and you cramp up. That and lack of water. So water and stretch, please. Okay, bring it in. Left foot comes out. Point that toe down toward the floor. Stretching out the front of the leg. Bring it up slowly, make that muscle work a little bit. Jut that heel toward me, put it down. Toe goes up toward the ceiling, back toward your face. Oh, very good, very good. These are great stretches. Bring it in. Roll our shoulders. Shoulders up and down, lengthening the trapezius where we hold our stress. Hopefully this class did not stress you out, but you've enjoyed it. So this would not be for stress, it would be for fun and relaxation. Hold it down, really lengthen this. Oops, sorry about that. Turn your head to the right, stretching out that area in the neck and shoulders where many of us have stress. Over to the left. Tummy is in, back to the front, tummy in. Let's have a positive thought for the day, something, a goal that we have. We're gonna go to Kroger and get that list that we've been procrastinating about, or we are gonna call Mary, we haven't heard from her, or our granddaughter is coming to visit, or a prayer, something positive. And I've enjoyed our class, I hope you have as well. I will see you on the flip side. Have a good one.